Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Today we'll be stuffing $205 and this would be for the second half of February from February 17th to March 3rd, which will be our next paycheck. So we can give it to March 2nd to actually make this budget stretch out. So let's jump right in. All right, let's see. So typically I have a plan. I always have a journal or somewhere that I write down my goals for the month, my budget, but I've always done this via debit card or electronically. I never actually dealt with cash unless it was for groceries or gas, but now I'm trying to expand that a little bit and try something new. So just a quick overview of how I manage my finances. Sinking funds electronically are held in my credit union. So my AAA is typically about $1,300 and my car registration runs me about $260. So I just sum it up to $1,600 to stay a little bit above. And that leaves me with $150 a month. So that's $150 that I allot every single month until November when my car registration and my tags are due. Investments, I do set aside $480 a month. Again, all of this is electronically. Then this comes straight out of my paycheck and directly into my brokerage account, and that's $240 each check. I'm hoping to purchase a home before I'm 30, and that my goal is within a year and a half. So to begin, I will be setting aside $100 each check, again electronically within my credit union. Now for cash, I'm hoping to have $400 for auto maintenance. My oil changes run about $40, so I don't see a rush in this. I'm not driving right now as I'm working remotely. And I'm very fortunate to have like a small 4-cylinder car, which isn't like, I personally think they aren't too taxing. So yeah, I'm hoping to keep it as healthy as possible. So I'll be setting aside $35 per check. My travels and adventures, I'm hoping to have $500, sometime before May, particularly June 1st. That's my deadline. And I will be setting aside $50 per check. This is just money for my boyfriend and I once he returns back from deployment to kind of, if things are open, we'll go out. We love traveling. If not, then we'll just kind of stay in and kind of do a little staycation, and this would be the money for that. These are the cash funds I will be stuffing today. For groceries, $160, so that would be $80 per check. Gas gets $40 a month, $20 per check. Medical gets $10. I'm very fortunate where I do not get too sick, at least at the moment. I just got my second dose of COVID, so I feel a little bit safer now, but just in case of an emergency, I'll have my copay ready to go, which is no more than like $20 every visit. So I'm very fortunate with that, but I do want to set some cash aside for that. Gifts, I do gift a lot, and I would love to keep track of how much I gift. So I'll be setting aside $30 a month, which is $15 per check for this. Any leftover, I would like your suggestions on this. I'm hoping to set this aside for my 10K challenge, which I hope to complete in May. It's a little aggressive, but I feel a little confident. I'm pretty sure I can do it. So let's get straight into the stuffing. So I'm very excited to use these. I ordered these off Amazon if you guys want to check it out. It was fairly inexpensive. It was $12 and it came with 15 of these little pouches. If you are a pro at sinking funds, at least cash funds, then you probably have seen these everywhere, but I was so shocked at how cheap it was and how cute they are. I was debating on getting stickers for like my tabs or for each pouch, but I'm like, you know what? That's too much commitment. Like, we want to make sure that this system works first, so I'm gonna just stick to printouts in the meantime. But before we begin, let's count this money. Oops. So 20, 40, 60, 81. So that's 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, and then 5. So that's $205. So 205. Let's break this up. The ATM did not have denominations of 10s or 50s, how I was hoping for, but that's okay. We'll work with what we have. It's not like we're gonna keep this cash either way. All right. So groceries, let me set this aside here. Sorry, that was my jar change. Groceries will be getting $80. So 20, 40, 60, 80. Oh, I like to keep this straight. I will be getting a tray for my cash. So please stay tuned for that. 20, 60, 80. Gas, we'll be getting $20. Medical, I'll be getting 5. I felt kind of silly putting 5, but I'm like, you know what? Better something than nothing. So we'll set this aside. Gifts, we'll be getting 15. Yes, 15. 1, 2, 3. 15. Auto maintenance, now auto maintenance gets 35, but we don't have that denomination yet. So what I will do is set aside 25 as a placeholder and add a $10 bill or 2 5s once I get groceries. And I get any change from that. So we'll have that in here. And then travel gets 50, but again, we're gonna keep 60 as a placeholder just to see, or to have it in here. And oops, I closed it. So travel has 60 in a moment. And that's it. Rollover, again, any leftover that I have from all of these will go into here. I know some people just do it or keep it in the same category, but I really want to be consistent with the amount of money that I'm allotted, and hopefully this will help me reach my 10K challenge a lot faster than expected. All the extra change that I have, I do set aside in a jar, in a whole tomato jar, but I hope to turn that into the bank at some point too. And if you have any suggestions on how to do that when you have an electronic bag, I will greatly appreciate it. I know that you can do like cash orders or whatever they're called, money orders. No, not money orders, but you know what I mean. It's I don't know how to do any of that, to be honest. I've always done things electronically, so I would appreciate any suggestions or advice that you'd have. And then this is for my receipts. So in the case I have purchased something that was no good, I can always just return it. And this will help me keep track of how much I spend per month. So I'm not sure if, I'm pretty sure some of you will be like, wow, like where does this chick get or her set aside money for toiletries or for, you know, other necessities? I'm very fortunate where I have a Sam's Club card and I just buy everything, like household items, hair care, I don't know, anything and everything that Sam's Club typically has, I will purchase there in the beginning of January, and I will just cash flow that. December, despite it being Christmas, I only save for Christmas from July to December. So any funds left over, then I just kind of cash flow it and throw it onto that large expense that I have in January. It's a necessity. So again, I just get it then. That's just my system. That's how it works for me. And yeah, I think that's it. The next video will be a budget with me and a closing out for the month. So if there's anything else that you would like to see, please let me know, and I will most likely publish that for you. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your... Oh, what else was I gonna mention? Oh yeah, my haircuts. I give myself my own haircut, and then my nails, I do my own nails. These are polygel. They're not professional, but you know what? Better than my regular nails. So yeah, and I don't set aside money for that just because I don't find it like a necessity. I'd rather learn to do it myself and save to get your nails done in LA is like $60-$70. There's no way I'm gonna give that. So I hope you enjoyed this minimal, very minimalist, I guess, sinking fund. stuffing, and I appreciate you tuning in. Take care.